build and deployment strategies. So let's talk about this. What are build and deployment strategies? So to build individual micro frontend webpack, you need to set up separate webpack configuration for each micro frontend. So create webpack configuration for each micro frontend. So what I'm saying, every micro frontend is a different repository and they will only take care of their own code. Okay, so let's say user management, when I talk about, so user management will have one webpack configuration, payment will have another configuration, and container will have different webpack configuration. So default webpack configuration file name is webpack.config.js, but it is not that you have to always use that only, you can use other also, don't worry about that. So understand this, we will have a separate configuration for each and separate loaders and plugins for each. So I have shown you another example. There are two micro frontends, micro frontend 1 and micro frontend 2. So I will create these two micro frontend configuration files at two sites. Name can be as per your choice, don't worry, don't think that whatever I am saying is the right thing. You can have other name also, okay. So in each of the webpack you can specify entry file, you can provide output path, loaders, plugins, linting, whatever you want to do, you can do everything. So on this screen you can see there is the entry and file name entry is index.js and output is bundle.js, which will be storing in the dist folder. I already told all this, right? So whenever I will execute this, it will create the output and put it here. So rules, I have not added any rules and plugins here, but you can, as in the last slide I have shown you, there can be loaders and plugins and rules you can mention. So to execute this webpack configuration, you can call npx command. It will not run from the npm command. Always remember that. You will be confused why it is not working, but you need to use the npx and accordingly execute that. If you want, you can install the webpack plugin and then only it will work on the npm also. Okay, so I am trying to give the configuration like npx webpack and then saying config, and config file name will be this. You can have any other also. Okay, and it will, whenever it will run, it will create the bundle.js file inside the dist. I have shown in this place here, and I will show you in the next video also, in the current video also. Okay, so whatever number of micro frontends you have, you can have so many configurations, whatever as per your understanding and requirement, and you can execute everything. So everything will be the individual micro frontend with separate configurations. Everything will have separate CI/CD pipelines, and everything will have different keep their files in the different folders. I have shown you in the remote one repo, it will keep in the dist remote entry. In the remote 2, you can keep in the dist remote entry. Same, right? The folder name is same, but the main repo is different. So friends, welcome. This video will certainly make you very happy, because what I am doing here is showing you how actually I have implemented the micro frontend. This is very small thing, like it's not very big thing, but I just want you to understand how it works. Like there are two different repos which I have created. On 8082 port I have created the container, and on 8084 port I have implemented the remote. Very simple, not very usable or whatever, but for understanding purpose it is sufficient. Okay, so on the remote port 8084, you can see I have this much code displayed, right? This what I have done is to so that you can understand. So remote port 8084, and if I click on this, it will show it in blue red. If I click on below, it will show in the blue. That's it. Very simple implementation. Okay, React.js implementation. Now if you see on the container, what I have done, on the container side, on the top there is a container code, on the bottom there is again a container code, host code, but on the center, if you see, I have pulled the code from there. Now you will see I am showing something wrong thing or something. I will make change in the code right away in front of you, and I will show you. Okay, so this is the remote side. Okay, I am writing changed. Okay, I have written change, nothing very major. You see here, changed. And now the same thing. See, video is on. I'm not doing anything fishy here. Now, once I update this, reload this page, it will show changed remote code. You see here, okay? You got it? So it is changed. Means I was right when I say that I will make change in only one repo and it will reflect in the other repo also. So this is what. Now I will tell you how it is implemented. It's very simple. Simply done with the help of Webpack actually. Let me go through step by step so that you understand. Okay, so you realize like this one is mentioned on this one, right? If you want to see, I can make the change now also. Let me mention change, go there, and it will reload and see changed. Okay, so this is the host and container, correct? I have made this change. Now, here what I did, you see, very simple thing actually. What I did, if I have pulled Hello React app. This is my remote app actually. I will show the code, don't worry. So Hello React app I have pulled from the remote, and what is that inside the component? Let's open that also. Component in Hello React app. Okay, this one. So what I did from here is I have gone to Hello React and pulled this Hello React app and mounted it. That's it. So this is the beauty of Webpack actually. What I did, I will show you here also. When my start command will run, it will execute using the webpack.dev.js. This is the entry point. I have run npm run start. It will call this command, webpack serve config, and this one. Okay, I told him which configuration file system has to consider. Now let's go to webpack.js, dev.js. What I have done here, I have requested for this merging plugin. Then what I did, I have received this common file webpack.common. Where is that? Here. So what I did here is I have written the common code. Don't get confused. This is the production like environment wherein we have separate common file and separate individual file, because there is a facility in Webpack to merge both the codes using this merge plugin. That's why I did same way. So this is the dev environment. Let's say I have a test environment, SIT environment, UAT environment, production environment, staging environment, whatever number of environments. I will only create file with small settings. That's it, and I will merge with the common file. That's why I did. So don't worry and don't think much about this. And then what I did is model federation plugin I have made use of, which is very important for talking between two repo, communication between two repo, right? I will tell you how. Means step by step I will go, and then I have included the package.json. Now what I did actually, I have said mode is development. So if you do not provide the mode, it will be development only, default. And I said output will be, the public path will be this one. On this URL, my code should be displayed 8082 port. Okay, so I have mentioned the port here 8082. You can have 80 port, you can have 81 port, you can have 9000 port, whatever you want. And then I am using this plugin. The plugin is calling for module federation plugin, and its name is container. So this module name is container, which I was talking about. The name is very important, and it is asking for the remote help, from where it is asking the help from 8084 port, right? This is the very important 8084 port. So you see 8084 is this one, right? And then Hello React is the name of that application. That's why I mentioned here. So let me show you that name also, otherwise you will get confused. So in the webpack.dev.js, you see the name is Hello React. See here, the name is Hello React, right? It's very important. If name is different, it will not work. And I'm using two things, Hello React and Hello React app. This one exposes. So forget about what is exporting. Is exporting this file, but it is putting into this place, this placeholder. So this placeholder, these two placeholders are important. How I can use these two placeholders, I will show you. So here, if you see this one, this is the name Hello React. and this is the placeholder hello React app. You got it? This is the container and host command, MFE repo, and it is calling from hello React and hello React app placeholder. This one. So this is the confusing part, but very important. Means these two things, hello React app and hello React app. These two things are important. You can have any other name also. Don't worry. I am just telling you the connection between these two things. Okay. And let's go back to container. I am on to container now, and webpack.dev.js. Let's see if anything. Yeah, no. So I think I have explained this. So about this merging of common config and dev config, this is nothing but to merge this and run it. That's it. So don't think much about this. I'm just telling about webpack.dev.js to have the self output public path, to have the self port, and to have the self name container to get the remote repo. This is what I did from the container, and what I did from the this one. This is the remote repo, right? So you see the name, it is a hello React. The name is hello React, and the placeholder name is hello React app. So what it will do is it will recognize by this name always, because we are asking our users to do that, right? The public path is different here, 8084. You remember what was there in the container? It was 8082. That means container will run on 8082. This is the remote, and it will run on 8084. So port I have given 8084, and again used module federation plugin. I have given the name as hello React, and the file name I have mentioned as remote entry. This is the default name, but you can give any other name also. But generally people provide this because this is very simpler to understand. Now I have taken the bootstrap code. Let's see what is there in the bootstrap. SRC bootstrap. Okay, SRC bootstrap. I have went there, and what it is doing is it is doing something, and it is mounting into one selector using this query selector and putting on the exporting it. That's it. So it will make sure that the code is provided to this one. So before that, you need to understand what it is also doing. It is pulling the app code. Okay, it is importing app code, and accordingly you see here what is happening. App component is called here. That means it asks the render to execute the app. Now it will go to app, and app.js what is done, I have written all the code which you were looking on the screen. So this one, whatever information I had given, and accordingly the code is running. And the important thing is the hello React app. As you know, what is this hello React app? Hello React app is nothing but the remote repository completely, but this container has received in the one variable, one component only, as one component. Okay, so this variable will contain complete component, and what I did, so it is kind of local to this container. So you need to think in that line. Whenever you import the component, different component, what happens? It will give you in one variable, right? So that variable you can use anywhere. So same way, hello world, hello React, all these are components. So what I am saying, whenever there is a URL change and it will say React, it will call hello React, and if it is different, you like it is a slash, it will call hello world. So this one, okay. So what I did here, using this system, if URL is changed, it is pulling the remote code and accordingly showing the running, right? So again I am showing you, if I click here, it will show in blue, but this code, this from this to this all code is running on the remote repo. I will tell you, I will show you, like see, this is 8084, this is the remote repo. I will tell you, let's 1 minute. You see the URL, it is 8084, right? Let me close it. I am closing it. It is closed. Now let me reload this. This is the remote port 8084. It should not respond, correct? It is not responding because I have closed that. Now let's go to this one and let's try to execute this. it is not executing because I have not handled. I can handle also if it is not received or not working, then how to behave, but I have not handled that. But it will show you the error here. What it is showing? It is saying that it is not able to load this one. You got the point? This is 8082, but it is dependent on 8084. You see this one, 8084, right? So this is what I wanted to show. This is very important example and very simple example I can tell, but look, implementation is not that smart. I have done in my real projects. What I did is, if that MFE is not responding, I have handled and I have made it working. But here, for example purpose, I did not put so many efforts, but I wanted you to see what is going on in the background. So let me again start so that you can really make sure that, okay, whatever I am doing is in the Micro Frontend only. So I am using two different ports. One is 8082 and one is 8084. This is remote port, this is container and host port, which is the heart of the application, which I was talking about throughout my video. And there are Webpack configs actually. Let me show again very quickly to recap. This is my webpack.dev.js. This webpack.dev.js is calling the remote, including this remote using the name and the port number and remote entry file. So whenever the compilation is done, it is saved into the remote entry.js file, and it is referencing that. And how these both connect? They connect using the WebSocket internally. So this is what Model Federation internally does, and it is abstraction for us. So don't worry, don't think much about that. And but this is a runtime. This is the runtime. Generally, it is not. We in the production environment, it is not a runtime. We implement. We always implement the this one build time, so that it is always statically offline way. We get all the files, and even if any port is closed or off, there is no dependency. Okay, so don't worry, I will tell you that production deployment also. I hope you understand when I talk about this Micro Frontend video and this relations between container and the remote. So I'm going to create a detailed video also with production environment so that you can understand in this video only. After this video, I mean, up to the end of this video, you will understand and you will get that production environment which I will be creating. But I don't want it to confuse you. That's why I created very small application. I know this is meaningless to show red color, blue color, everything. See, I have started the port 8084 and it has come back, right? And if I reload this, it will show the code again. You see, so 8082 is also working properly. 8084 is also working properly, right? Same here. Yeah. So code is coming from this place. So I hope you are convinced with me that using the Webpack, how soon, how effectively we can create the Micro Frontend architecture. So this is not a real use case, but to understand, I am very sure you can implement this by. I will share the code also. Don't worry, guys. Thank you very much. If you have anything, you can just comment me. I will be there to help. Thank you very much. Bye bye.